tell me about Brunello.
Well, the story of Brunello started with Ferruccio Biondisanti when he actually was part of the mission of Garibaldi of freeing Italy. He went down with the 1,000 red shirts and freed Italy and gave it to Vittorio Emanuele in Teano when he said l'Italia è fatta. After the fight was over, he went back to his home estate in Montalcino and started another fight. The fight was to destroy this little bug called phylloxera, or maybe find a way to grow vines even though this bug was around. This little pest was destroying vineyards across Europe, starting in France and then spreading across the entire European continent. So he was developing a different varietal which was a little more resistant to phylloxera. He discovered that Sangiovese was one of those varietals. Eventually, he also changed the way wine was made in the area. The town where he was Montalcino, and the estate was Biondisanti. So he started making wine in a different way. In the past, you made wine in that area picking the best grapes and pretty much vinify them on their own, and then you took all the rest of it and you vinified it as you could. Then you mixed the good wine with the bad wine. It's a system that is called governo, like, you know, you need to govern, you need to manage in a way the way the wine will come out. But what they did pretty much mix some bad wine with good one. So he thought, why don't I just take the good wine and just drink it and bottle it? And that's when, in his estate at Il Greppo, he made the first vintage of Brunello di Montalcino. So, how many wineries out there in Montalcino? In the beginning it was just Biondisanti. Eventually in the 70s there was about 10, and by the 1997 explosion of Brunello, where the Wine Spectator called that vintage the vintage of the century, there was a lot more people looking to exploit this land. There is only about 1,666 hectares dedicated to Brunello di Montalcino, and about 250 wineries today. So those 4,000 acres, which is 1,666 hectares, translated in acres, how much wine do they produce? Well, about 800 to 900,000 cases. That seems like a lot, but it is not. If you compare it with other important appellations in the world. Bordeaux, for example, produces about 60 million cases of wine. That's 9 liters. Those are 12 bottles in a case. And by the way, Americans have an appetite for those 900,000. We drink about a third of it because we like the luscious flavor those wines have, as well as like to go and visit Montalcino. Montalcino is a place, a very nice little town on the top of a hill, and it's beautiful, very quaint, incredible wine bars where you can actually have a glass of Brunello right there while you eat a nice piece of cheese and a nice piece of mortadella, or perhaps some prosciutto toscano. I suggest to go.